Hello everyone and welcome back to my Bold and Beautiful 29 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Ridge Forrester loves Brook Logan, that what ain't change now that he knows Taylor Hayes expects to die. Brook is secure. In recent weeks, she and her son, Hope Logan, have been buttressing the depth of Bridge's bond. But Taylor's extremity dramatically shifts the dynamic. Ridge has openly demonstrated his fondness for Taylor since she returned to Los Angeles, California, isn't grounded on nostalgia alone. Ridge and Taylor were married doubly. But they've not been united in numerous times. Brook's inviting pull proved too important for Taylor to overcome. Devoted observers recall that Krista Allen's solid interpretation of Taylor led to Ridge compactly leaving Brook. Still, Ridge could only get up to Taylor's cover of Thomas Forrester's frame of Brook. So, the intended remarriage to Taylor was halted before the promises were changed in the legendary Forrester manse. Unless she's in the process of a tremendous deep fake, ultramodern cocky term, if there ever was one, also Taylor is seriously ill. Heart failure is an implicit killer, with Taylor believing she doesn't have important time left to spend with her favored bones. Telling Lee Nozawa about her opinion opened the daytime door. Taylor is working her way through a process where she intends to partake everything. Collapsing at Forrester Creations, with Ridge just bases down as that happened, wasn't part of Taylor's slow rollout plan. The urgency of Taylor's condition must now be directly addressed. Observers anticipate fresh medical discussion with Lee, John Finnegan, and conceivably returning character Dr. Grace Buckingham as part of the sanctioned opinion and hopeful result. Ridge Forrester, impelled to help Brook, will naturally support Ridge when he's by Taylor's bedside. Lang's character had an awful, open talk with her one-time nemesis previous to Taylor's collapse, which puts Brook in an open, compassionate frame of mind. Still, the length of Taylor's incapacitation will directly affect Brook's outlook. Brook will speak out if she sees Ridge impacted beyond what seems natural. Ridge will surely be emotionally drawn to the mama of 3 of his children if she's believed near death or heading in that morbid direction. But an extension of her life would extend this path indefinitely. Imagine an unanticipated reversal, where Taylor's health is restored, and Ridge is put in a potentially insolvable emotional spot. The classic triangle, with Ridge in the middle of Taylor and Brook, could incontinently re-emerge, making choices possible for the 3 heritage characters. Taylor Hayes doesn't like that her secret is out. She didn't want her loved bones, especially Ridge Forrester, to know about her heart failure opinion. Meeting with Lee Nozawa was a way to partake the burden with a trusted confidant. Lee and Taylor partake the unique distinction of being maters-in-law for their children. Of course, whether Lee and Taylor agree or not, Sheila Carter is part of that triad. Ridge had yet to learn why Taylor had returned to Los Angeles, California. He believed what she said about wanting to reconnect with family, but also he began to suspect commodity was in the day air just prior to her collapse. Taylor's collapse could have happened anywhere. But seeing Ridge and Brook Logan caused her weekend ticker to beat far too fleetly. Because this is day, Taylor seized the curtain. It took off the rings, and she fell to the bottom. Thankfully, Ridge was still there after Brook left, or Taylor could have failed in the setting where an affable videotape shoot had just happened. It's interesting that Ridge is the coming person, after Lee, to learn about Taylor's assumed opinion. That specific character being the first close family member to know the verity significantly advances this plot. Still, she'd have stayed down from LA, if Taylor truly wanted to keep her opinion a secret. However, Taylor could have communicated Ridge and the children and allowed them to partake in the final moments, if she was in the last spells of her life. But seeing Ridge and Brook in Monte Carlo stirred commodity in Taylor. It impelled her to head home and put her affairs in order, which was good. Taylor knew, subconsciously, that she'd not be suitable to keep this secret from everyone indefinitely. She also knew that her health wasn't supposed to get better and that being in LA likely meant her coming stage of this condition would play out in front of her family, and now it has. A definitive opinion must be had. Dr. Grace Buckingham's return implies that she'll be involved in Taylor's case. Lee told Taylor she has several largely good associates who can help her, so having a given character reappear makes the utmost sense. Of course, Ridge's mindfulness means that the other family members will know. So, John Finnegan can consult or at least be kept in the circle by Lee and Grace, assuming Creech's character becomes involved, and also help Steffi Forrester Finnegan to digest regular updates. The Forrester family could suffer a ruinous loss in many months, unless the Finnegans are suitable to pull off another phenomenon at the sanitarium. How numerous of Steffi Forrester's cousins does Dr. John Finnegan have to save to prove his devotion to his woman? Observers were shocked when Taylor Hayes revealed to Dr. Lee Finnegan that she was dying of heart failure. We all assumed that Finn and his mama would be suitable to miraculously cure her, just like Eric Forrester. What if that isn't the case? Taylor Hayes' secret illness wouldn't be a secret much longer. Despite swearing Lee Finnegan to secretiveness, heart failure isn't exactly commodity you can hide long-term. It'll only be a matter of time before Steffi or Ridge notice that Taylor isn't well. Taylor could be faking her illness and planning to use it to win Ridge back from Brook Logan. Perhaps that's the case, and Taylor still has numerous good times ahead of her. Although, when the verity comes out, her family might not forgive her. Taylor Hayes spills each about her fatal heart condition to her baby daddy Ridge Forrester. It's the reason she's back in LA, and she had every intention of keeping her health status secret. But after Ridge sees her collapse, he needles her until she spills that a Euro croaker gave her a grim prognostic. Ridge is blindsided by the sad news and pushes her to get an alternate opinion. You would have allowed that Taylor, being a croaker herself, would have realized the wisdom of attesting her opinion, but let's let that go for now. What matters is that Ridge has the good sense to contend that she have another discussion being as how is Pater. Eric Forrester was saved from the Grim Reaper at the last nanosecond. Taylor agrees and consults with Dr. Grace Buckingham. Further tests are conducted and the results aren't what Tay anticipated. Could the word she got abroad have been misleading? Surely perhaps. Grace Buckingham tells Taylor that whoever diagnosed her was incorrect. In fact, she's not dying and has a veritably manageable condition. Taylor finds it hard to believe what Dr. Buckingham tells her, but ultimately comes around. The million-bone question now is, will Taylor tell Ridge that she's okay and risk him losing his newfound interest in her? That would be deceitful, but Taylor wants Ridge more than anything differently in this world. He left her for Brook Logan, and she needs a good reason to spend lots of time with the dressmaker. A fatal opinion qualifies. Ridge is lavishing Taylor with attention because he thinks her time on Earth is limited. Will Taylor keep mute about her good news in order to be the apple of Ridge's eye? She and Brook have fought over Ridge for decades, and it could be that a death judgment is the only way Taylor can hope to contend. Still, do you blink or condemn this script? If Taylor does lie to Ridge,